ability to delay gratification. I want something. For that, I have to make the necessary sacrifices. So maybe I have to wait a little bit before I get my reward. It's a very small thing, but this key insight is very important. And very interestingly, have you heard of the concept of emotional intelligence? There's a new concept, not very new actually. There's a psychologist, Daniel Goleman. He gave this concept of emotional intelligence. In fact, more popularly, the term used is EQ versus IQ. IQ is normally mostly analytical, numerical abilities, and most of you will have very high IQ here. Why I'm bringing up this subject is, he said, for success in life, both in career, in academics, and more so when you go to a job, your career, and your family life, and your relationships with others, EQ is more important than IQ. That's what he's trying to say. Now, the very interesting point he makes is his book, Emotional Intelligence. There I found, very interestingly, he refers to this experiment of Walter Mischel, and he makes it one of the core ideas of EQ. Which experiment? This thing about the ability to delay gratification, to control the impulse. And he makes it a core point of EQ. He also says, employers, people in different fields, they are looking for people with actually high EQ. And why I'm saying this is, he made a point. He gave a talk in Google also. And I saw the talk, and he made a point which is very relevant in an institute like this. So an IIT, not any IIT, is the best IIT probably in the country. And you have this so many brilliant young people with extremely high IQs. Now, the point he makes is, there is no particular correlation between IQ and EQ. There are people with high IQ and high EQ. There are people with extremely high IQs and low EQ. There are people with extremely high EQ but not very high IQ. So it's if you plot it, a scatter diagram, you will get an evenly distributed plot. Now, what he says is that in an institute like this, he is giving a talk to Google. So where you select people based on IQ. You have those entrance examinations and all. So generally, people who come into this kind of institute, people have sort of cutoff of IQ. You'll find people on the higher range in IQ here. So here, in this institute, for example, among your classmates, among your teachers, you will find the difference in IQ, the spread in IQ is not much. But the spread in EQ will be quite high because you have not selected for EQ. Therefore, in an environment, in an institute like this, or in a job, in a very good place where you're working in a research institute or in a company outside, the difference, the factor which will make a difference to you will be EQ. You follow the logic. And he gave this in a talk in Google that I'll show you a little bit, the relevant portion of that talk.
I'm here collaborative on recently who said, you know what we found? We alone is going to help you. Done is to as they are catalytic. You had a kind of
Isn't that irrelevant?
and distribution. Now, if you take this tool and you map it on Google or any other company that places a premium on cognitive abilities, this is the IIT example. Well, what you've done is really interesting because you're skimming the top. Okay, whatever this is IQ 150, whatever. It's very high. What you have now done is to make a very small difference for IQ. There's very little variation in the population at the very top, and a very large difference for emotional intelligence. That means that whatever emotional intelligence contributes to success in an environment like this, it matters more per unit than IQ does. So there's actually a floor effect here for IQ. You wouldn't expect that IQ alone is going to help you be highly effective in this work environment.
You got the point. I mean, there's no need to repeat that. Basically, what he has done is, it says in a general population, the distribution will be like this. There are differences in IQ, less and more. And there are differences in emotional intelligence, less and more. But when you have a group like this institute, where you have a flow, because you have come through a selection process, you will find what you have done is you have skimmed the top in each. Suppose you come from different schools and colleges, and only the best in your batch, most of you are the best in your batch because you came through a selection process. Therefore, the difference in IQ will not be much here. It'll be about this much. The difference is very little. There's a floor here. But you're not tested for emotional intelligence. So we have people who have got high emotional intelligence, you've got people who have got low emotional intelligence. And therefore, more than a general population, in a population like this will be more important than this. In general, emotional intelligence is more important, but here it is even more so in a population like